Metabasis of Ashen Embers event. Yeah. Really pretty fucking screen. Really pretty screen. I don't know how the last video I did with the events did, because I just uploaded it as I'm doing this. But I want to play this. The Secret of the Ancient Ruins. Let's get it. Let's get into it. Coughing. Phew, all this dust is rather unpleasant. Eddie, couldn't you have been a little gentler? I know the entrance was blocked by a pile of rocks, but did you have to smash through without warning? Look at me, I'm covered in dust from head to toe. Easy for you to say. If all you were going to do was complain, you could have helped. Ugh, you're so cold-hearted as ever. At this rate, poor Christelle might actually be heartbroken by your icy demeanor. She talking in third person? Shut it, says the one who's smiling the whole time. Well, how could I not smile? Sadie, my dear, if fortune favors us today, we may finally uncover the decisive clue. More Kerf left behind. What is that name? More Kerf? More Kerf? More. How could I not be delighted? Nothing's been confirmed yet. Don't get your hopes up too much. What if it all turns out to be nothing? I have so much water here. Oh my days. I have 2 bottles of water, a shaker cup that's got nothing but water in it, and the sparkling water because I like spicy water, I guess. Why am I talking about this right now? Ah! Something fell. I don't know what fell. Fuck! My stack of books fell. Okay, this is... Anyway. What a nostalgic sight. Even the musty smell of dirt and the damp moss-soaked stone bring back memories. It's been a long time since I've been here. Indeed, my dear Haiti, the last time was when I found you. What were you doing in this decrepit space? The lore. He doesn't know. I do not know the lore. This is strange. Strange? What is? That gate, I'm certain it was standing wide open when I rescued you. I need a hero. Looking out for a hero for the rest of my life. Those weren't the lyrics. I don't know what I'm doing. You're right. Did someone come here after we left? I don't believe that's the case. As far as I know, the passage we just came through is the only route to these ruins. And I sealed that passage myself with a pile of rubble. The very same pile of rubble you just smashed to pieces. That was you? I couldn't very well leave this place open for just anyone to wander into. Anyway, that means the gate closed on its own. But why? Gravity. Why does common sense or like logic never enter the mind? Look at the decrepit space. The metal chain that holds up this iron gate probably got rusted over and over time snapped, and then gravity did the rest, closing it. Like, who knows? I can't explain it, but it's only made me even more excited. Excited? Why? If no one has entered or left, yet that massive gate closed by itself, doesn't that mean there's something here? Perhaps she left something in inside. If that's true, we'd better be careful. No, we don't know what kind of malicious trap might be waiting for us. We'll keep that in mind. Now then, Haiti, take out the stone tablet. Okay. Haiti, let me ask you once more. Are you certain the stone tablet is connected to these ruins? Of course, Hubble did conclude it was likely made here after considering all the evidence. I'm sure of it. Whenever I touch this tablet, I get the strange tingling sensation like it's something I already know. If I'm right, it should be somewhere this way. Oh, have you remembered something? Come along, Haiti. Come along, come along, come along. Here, I'm sure this belongs somewhere around here. What a magnificent sight. All these enormous statues gathered in one place, they appear to be knights. I imagine they serve as guardians watching over the gates. Do these statues stir any memories, Haiti? Not really. If my memories were that easy to recover, I'd have remembered something long ago. Fair enough. Haiti, you were right. Look over here. At the foot of the largest statue, there's a slot that looks like it was made for that stone tablet. This feels strange. Strange? What do you mean? The closer I get to the statue, the louder the tablet hums. Can't you hear it? Can't hear anything. That can't be. It's so clear. Then perhaps you're the only one who can hear it. In any case, never mind that. Hurry and put the tablet where it belongs. Alright, stop rushing me. Just put the tablet here and... Stone tablet opened? Ah, so you were right after all. Look, the gate is shaking. I'm now, Haiti, finish inserting the tablet. Wait, could you please be quiet? Haiti? Some things... My head feels like everything's getting scrambled. My head, it hurts. Haiti, are you alright? My eyes, they're burning. I only touched it. Just what is this stone tablet? My head, it feels like it's splitting apart. It hurts. Do we get a battle straight off the gate? That statue, did it just move? Nah, it's just shimmy and shaking. It's your eyes, girl. You're in no condition to keep going. We need to fall back. You hold on to the tablet. The last thing we need is for both of us to become unable to move. For now, it'd be best if you let me carry you on my back. Attacking without warning? We're pinned down here. It's clearly hostile, so we'll have to force our way through. But even so, defeating that thing by myself is impossible. Hey, you're obviously in no condition to fight. Just hold on a little longer. I'll get us out of here at full speed. What is that? Like a... You got a typewriter here. It's sound waves. You've got the old school record player speaker here. I want to say that's a phone. Oh dear, this is troublesome. A powerful gatekeeper neither of you can defeat alone, and both of you become incapacitated whenever you come into contact with the stone tablet? According to our investigation, the stone tablet doesn't contain the void. However, I confirmed that myself. If anything, it seemed closer to absorbing the void. But isn't that strange in itself? An ordinary relic from ancient ruins shouldn't react to the void at all. That's a fair point. I'm certain there's something still left behind in those ruins. We have to find out what it is ourselves. In that case, you'll need additional personnel. Yes, the two of us alone, we can't make it into the ruins under the current circumstances. Is entry the sole objective of your mission? Finding a reasonably capable saber shouldn't be difficult. Their only job will be hauling the stone tablet back to its place while you keep the statues occupied. If we have enough people, all we need to do is hold the statues off until others make it through the gate. But if it were that simple, we wouldn't have needed to come to you for help. Can't just choose anyone to help us. In case you've forgotten, the one we're up against is... I know, we have no idea how far her eyes and hands may already reach. One wrong move and we'd be showing the enemy our entire hand. Which is why Hubble, our ally, must be someone we can trust completely. Someone we can be certain isn't one of her pawns. It's quite a difficult set of requirements. Someone with no ties to the still unidentified enemy, yet strong enough to be an asset. As I suspected, finding such a person won't be easy. Those conditions are rather demanding. But if we combine the resources of Moral Ocean traders with your information network, surely before long we'll find at least one. As it happens, one person does come to mind. It better not be me. There really is someone like that? There is. Fine, but how can you be sure that person will actually help us? Well, nothing is ever guaranteed. There are very few absolutes in this world. Fortunately, however, I believe we do have something that might persuade him to lend us a hand. Excuse me? I'm in a very difficult situation. Reason being... does Luna want? I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. You hear me? Okay, she's whining. She's whining. Luna latched onto my leg and was rolling around on the ground right in the middle of a busy street. Luna, were you gambling again? Let go of me. Just this once, just play along and help me, Captain. Please, please. Luna once again achieved a new low in personal dignity. I applaud Luna's personality for reaching new depths at an astonishing speed. I didn't say astonishing as well as I should have. Oh, shut up. What do you expect me to spend the rest of my life working in some coal mine? No one forced you to borrow money from loan sharks and waste it all at a casino. Okay. Yeah. Especially with the Void trial just around the corner. I heard you even took an advance on our travel expenses for the trip west and gambled all of it away. Luna, you what? You did what? Yes, you did it only for yourself, because you're an addict. Can we take her to Gamblers Anonymous for the love of everything? Captain, enough is enough. This is our chance to finally break Luna of this awful habit. Let's just send her to the coal mine and make her pay off her debt herself. That's so cruel, Ashura. You're really going to let a delicate, adorable party member come back covered in coal dust? We're not sending Smile. Relax. Nope, not changing my mind. Go away. It was Hubble's idea. She said if the captain helped just once, she'd wipe out my debt completely. That's why I'm asking you to help. If we let an opportunity like this slip away, wouldn't that be a loss for the entire Voyager Savior party? So, what exactly does she want my help with? I have no idea, but I do remember her saying this: we need someone we can trust, and as far as I know, there's only one person we can trust completely, the captain. She said you're the only one who fits the bill. She also said you wouldn't need to bring anything. Just show up in person. Easy side job, great pay guaranteed, all we need is you. Nope. Sounds like a scam. What? Because this couldn't sound any shadier. My man, for once we are using that brain. Thank you. I could ever take a job like that. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop. But it seemed there has been a slight misunderstanding. At this point, I'm beginning to regret asking Miss Luna to relay the message in the first place. Oh. How... Is this a person? What? The machine can talk? Whether a machine can develop a personality remains a subject of curiosity for many scholars, currently exercising maximum restraint against the urge to take her apart. I appreciate it if you would stop fiddling with my body. Since you're here in person, why don't you explain what's really going on? Please don't misunderstand. I never intended to use Miss Luna's predicament to pressure you, Captain. However, it is absolutely true that we desperately need your help. In order to catch your attention, I simply attached somewhat enticing conditions to my request. If you find that underhanded, you're welcome to criticize me. If you put it that way, I'll at least hear you out. Very well, this isn't something we should discuss out here. Allow me to show you inside. Does the machine and the table move? It does. Okay. This is a VIP room free of bugs and surveillance devices. No secret shared here will ever leak outside. This looks like an interesting room. No bugs. No surveillance devices. VIP room. With a plush bed. Hubble, what line of business are you in, girl? What kind of request requires this much secrecy? I would rather not know. We have no choice but to be cautious. This matter concerns the executors. The what now? I'm sure you've heard of them. Those who accepted the Void Force and became its servants. Captain, you've even encountered them before. How much do you know? You seem surprised. I suppose you've underestimated my information network. Now then, enough preamble, let's get straight to the point. We would like you to help us track down the executor Morkerf. I don't know how to say that name. That is our request. Women. My apologies for interrupting you so suddenly, Hubble. And you are... Excuse me. My apologies for the late introduction. This is the true client behind this request. As for myself, I am Christelle of the Moral Ocean Traders, and this here is 80. 80, wouldn't it be better to elaborate just a little in situations like this? Do they really need to know what to do? I'm the vice president of Moral Ocean Traders. Happy now? There's something I'd like to ask. Questions are always welcome. Ask away. This executor called Morkurf. Why are you hunting her? Thinking back to Jill, the executor seemed to share the goal of destroying Lavistar. Tyria may have been an exception, but even she was probably no different before she grew attached to Monistar. That being the case, it was hard to understand why an ordinary trading company would pursue such a dangerous being. I'd understand if it were Polaris or Alicia. Straight to the heart of the matter, I see. Very well, very well. Partners should never keep secrets from one another if they expect to get anything done. As for your question, I can answer it with a single word. Revenge. Ah, I see. Okay. Simple. Yes, R-E-V-E-N-G-E, revenge. Our blood-soaked revenge against the monster who took everything from us. Morkurf's title is the Executioner of Deception. She's a psychopath who takes pleasure in deceiving and manipulating people. I feel like we've all encountered someone that fits this bill at least once in our lives. If not, God bless your soul. You're lucky. Over countless ages, she's changed her face and identity more times than anyone could count, deceiving people and driving them into despair. Captain, our only wish is to hunt her down and kill her. No, it wouldn't be an exaggeration to say we've lived for that purpose alone. And now we may finally have found a lead. We simply ran into a small problem along the way, which is why we're asking for your help. And why me? Morkurf's spies could be anywhere. That's how she's remained hidden throughout the ages, so we need absolute certainty that our ally isn't one of her lackeys. Polaris, along with the first observer Alicia, who seek to protect Lavistar, can never coexist with the executors. I almost said execute. And you're the captain from whom Alicia trusts without reservation. I'd change that line. No vouchers. No voucher speaks louder than that. Then what about the Voyager Savior Party? They're all companions I trust completely. I'm afraid I must reject that suggestion. Why? Isn't it better to have more companions? Captain, I don't think you realize just how much attention your group attracts. Think about it, your Savior Party is extraordinary by any standard. A mysterious captain personally chosen by Alicia, a newly formed Savior Party allowed to join the journey as an organization rather than as individuals, and on top of that, you're called the Voyager Savior Party. Whether you realize it or not, people can't help but keep their eyes on you. If a group like that suddenly travels somewhere together, you don't seriously think she wouldn't notice, do you? Assuming she isn't an idiot? That's why we need to keep our numbers to a minimum. Besides, we don't need that many people in the first place. Does that make sense? So what you're saying is that I'm the only real option, right? Exactly. Though please don't misunderstand, we have no intention of forcing you. If you refuse, it will merely delay our plan for revenge. What could we possibly do to someone like you, the captain of the journey? This proposal is simply our way of asking for your answer. Bring down an executor lurking in the shadows? Flashbang! Oh, hi, Tyria. That obnoxious former coworker of mine came to see me not long ago and said, Lord Aldebaran would return. Aldebaran. I'd been living peacefully in Monistar all this time. I did try carrying out my so-called duties as an executor a few times in the past, but things never really worked out. I did not know she was an executor. So what kind of people are executors anyway? You normally ask one of them that. Are you messing with me? What? You're serious? I don't know why you're so curious, but to put it simply, they're those who accept the power and will of the Void Star. That's probably the simplest way to describe them. Why are you asking me this all of a sudden? Don't tell me. Just in case, let me give you one piece of friendly advice. Stay away from them if you can. If you saw it yourself this time, they're full of psychos like Jill. You never know what they'll do. Though, judging by the way you are, I doubt you'll actually listen to me. What do I mean? Well, I don't know if it's fate or just the way you're wired. In the end, I think you're going to get hopelessly tangled up with them anyway. There, does that answer your question? I suppose so. they were enemies I'd inevitably have to face, then it seemed better to accept help while it was being offered. Alright, I'll help you. Shall I take that as your acceptance of our request? Splendid! I like you already. Handsome and refreshingly straightforward. Had you ever shown your face in the fair and salons, I'm sure you would have stolen the hearts of countless ladies. Why, thank you, Christelle. Though I know you're flattering me for underhanded reasons, but still nice. Once this request is safely concluded, why not pay Farron a visit? A man like you could probably gather a harem of beautiful women without much effort. Pass. Next question. And don't worry, if you already have someone special, in foreign salons, as long as you've got the charm, a single night of romance is perfectly acceptable. Okay, hard pass. Oh, that's enough pointless chatter, Christelle. Can't you see you're making him uncomfortable? Thank you, Haiti. Is that so? What a pity. Of course, the journey captain isn't some unprincipled libertine like you. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Someday, if I ever had the time, I thought it might be nice to visit farm. Never mind. It definitely wasn't because I'd been tempted by the word harem. Definitely not. Okay. Homeboy's a chud. Most realistic human in another world. Tempted by the word harem. As we went deeper into the cave, I could see Haiti and Christelle's expression growing more serious. Their revenge must have meant that much to them. Still, the oppressive atmosphere was starting to feel suffocating. I figured I should try saying something. What are any of these icebreakers? Ahem. My throat's getting a little dry. How about you two? I'm a tad bit parched. Any of you brought any tea with you? Like, what are we doing? Go with this instead of an awkward cough. Soda and juice? Why? Thanks, I'll have some. By the way, what's the relationship between you two? Are you a couple? A couple? Is there something wrong with your head? Do we look like one? I'm joking. You just seem really close. What an unexpected question. Are you curious about us? We're companions until this job is done. The more I know about my companions, the better. What kind of relationship? How should I put it? I suppose it would be most accurate to call myself Hades' guardian. In other words, I'm something of a mother to her. Who said I'm your daughter? Alright. You're going to give him the wrong idea if you say it like that. But isn't that more or less the truth? I found you collapsed and unconscious, then took you in as an employee. It's not as different from taking in a stray cat drenched by the rain. Even down to the fact that you used to be a little smaller and cuter. Who are you calling a cat? And who says I was small and cute? I've always been like this. Don't get the wrong idea. Keep that in mind, Captain. Haiti is quite shy, you see. Say whatever you will. I'm starting to feel stupid getting mad at every little thing that comes out of your mouth. But she was collapsed and unconscious? Yeah, I woke up in the middle of some abandoned ruins. By the time Christelle found me and woke me up, I'd already lost every memory from before I fell asleep. Who I was, how I ended up asleep, even why I was the only one still alive. Well, it's not exactly a happy story, is it? And this place is, the ruins. Ruins this massive buried entirely underground? What happened here? No one knows for sure. Even the historical records from the time don't properly document this place. Its existence isn't even known to the public to begin with. They don't call it the Nameless Ancient Kingdom for nothing. There's one memory that's remained perfectly clear. Morkarth was responsible for its destruction. That's the only thing I remember. You really think we'll discover a clue to find Morkarth here? I believe there's a very good chance. We've been investigating traces left behind by Morkarth's many false identities for a very long time. That's also why we've been working with Hubble. And not long ago, while looking into one of those identities, we discovered this stone tablet. It was made before this nameless kingdom fell. and Morkerf operated here under the identity of the Sage of the Kingdom. You really think she would have kept a meaningless piece of rock? I certainly don't, Captain. It must have held some significance. We're going to use the stone tablet as our starting point and investigate the ruins more thoroughly. Hello? And that statue is blocking the gate? Would appear so. The statue kneeling in the middle of the wide avenue slowly rose to its feet. Its helmet concealed its eyes, but there was no mistaking that its gaze was fixed on us. It really is moving. Judging by its stance, it seems to be wary of us. Its purpose is likely to stop intruders from entering through the gate. It's not uncommon for old ruins to have sentinel golems hidden away to guard their gates. We have to get past that thing and reach the gates. This isn't going to be easy. Don't frighten yourself before we've even begun, Captain. It may be difficult to face alone, but with all three of us working together, it's certainly possible. Leave distracting the statue to Christelle and me. All you have to do is avoid its gaze and run with this stone tablet. Once you reach the gate, there should be a recess in the ground nearby shaped exactly like the tablet. Once you succeed, we'll join you immediately. Run as soon as we give the signal. Leave it to me. I gripped the stone tablet and cautiously took one step after another. The statue, which had stood perfectly still, drew its enormous sword. As expected, it doesn't seem inclined to let us pass peacefully. We'll strike first before it can close the distance. Captain, go! The instant the statue turned toward their attacks, I started running. Haiti, we mustn't give it even a moment to focus on the captain. I know, Christelle, to your right. One glancing blow from that thing and there wouldn't be enough of us left. Hurry! This isn't the time to joke around, it's coming again. I can see that. Let's target the joints as much as possible and hopefully cripple it. Violent crashes erupted one after another directly behind me, but I didn't look back. My role was simply to return the stone tablet to its proper place. I left everything else to the two of them and ran with all I had. Wait, something's wrong with that thing. It fooled us. It was after the stone tablet from the very beginning. Captain, duck! I instinctively ducked just as the enormous sword came hurtling toward the back of my head. The blade swept past with a heavy rush of air, barely grazing the stone tablet. Just as I let out a relieved breath, realizing I'd survived, the statue charged at me with a speed that bellied its massive frame. What are you standing there gawking for? Run! Thanks. Forget it. If you've got enough breath to say that, then hurry and... Haiti, it isn't over yet. The statue's hand came crashing down toward Haiti. But just before the enormous hand reached her, it suddenly froze in place. What? It knelt down. I don't know what happened, but at least we're alive. Haiti, Captain, both of you, get up and run. This is our chance. Leaving the statue behind as it suddenly let out a piercing scream, we quickly fled. There, put the stone tablet into the slot beneath the black altar. It's in. Success! The gate is opening. Let's go. As soon as we stepped through the gate, it began closing as though it had recognized our entry. Can't this gate close any faster? That thing looks like it's come around. I'm pushing as hard as I can, but it's too heavy to make it shut any faster. It's looking at us. Faster. I told you, this is as fast as it'll go. Alright. Sorry, guys. Swapping pouches. Let's see. Phew, that was close. It's not going to open the gate and come in, is it? Just in case, we should put some distance between us and the gate. But where's the door leading out? There's no light at all. I can't even tell which way we're facing. We don't have much choice. We'll have to feel along the walls and figure it out. Who is that? Don't touch me. Sorry, I can't see. Even if you can't see, you can hear my voice. You should at least be able to tell where I am. You touched me again. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you, pervert scumbag? It's Christelle. I'm telling you right now, it's Christelle touching you. I'm not, really. Everyone quiet, I think I found it. This should be the hinge, which means the bolt should be here. Push the bolt. There. I'll open the door now. Blinding light poured in through the open doorway. Why'd I change voices? My eyes had only just adjusted to the darkness, and the sudden brightness stung so badly that I could barely open them. What is this light? When I finally managed to open my eyes... Huh? An unbelievable sight spread out before me. What is this? Am I seeing things? No, Captain, I can see exactly what you're saying. And I know full well that none of it makes any sense. This can't be real. Indeed, there shouldn't be sunlight in ruins buried this deep underground. There shouldn't be people here either. Out of the way, what are you doing standing around in the middle of the road? This is strange. We entered ruins buried deep underground and abandoned for an unfathomably long time. You're saying we suddenly teleported somewhere? I'd say less teleported and more went back in time, if I had to guess. We stand here exchanging impressions. I suspect we'll accomplish little beyond denying reality. Let's walk around for now and get a better grasp of the situation. We blended naturally into the crowd and walked through the streets until we reached a market. No matter how I look at it, it just seems like an ordinary market. Nothing looks particularly suspicious, and there's no way all these people are putting on an act. It is the impression I'm getting as well. Hard as that is to believe. Captain, you seem a little hungry. Did I run pretty hard? I did run pretty hard back there. Truth be told, I feel the same. Whatever is going on, why don't we satisfy our hunger first and think afterward? Welcome, what can I get for you? 3 apples, please. 3 apples, certainly. That'll be 1 coin each. Here you are. You need to pay me, madam. I just gave you 3 coins, didn't I? What are you talking about? You need to give me real money. I've never seen coins like these in all my life. What do you mean? These coins can be used anywhere in Lavister. Could it be? I want to ask you something. Do you know how long it takes to get to NOA from here? NOA? NOA. NOA. Can't say I've heard of a place by that name. Are you travelers from somewhere far away? I thought your clothes looked unusual and even your currency is different. You've never heard of NOA? Let's think a little. Let's use our brains, please. Captain, would you look over there for a moment? We're still pointing toward a wooden sign sitting on one side of the fruit stand. What appeared to be a price tag had unfamiliar characters crudely carved into it. Must be a foreign language. I can't read any of it. It isn't simply a foreign language. This script is an ancient writing system used during the era of the Ancient Kingdom. Ancient letters? My apologies, shopkeeper, but might we have some water? If you need water, there's a well in the square over there. There's no faucet or anything. Faucet? What's that? Oh. I see, thank you. Could I pay for the apples with this gold ring instead? And I'd appreciate it if you could give me the remainder of whatever coins are used here. The bustling street filled with haggling idle chatter, and hurried footsteps suddenly felt completely unfamiliar. Even on the eastern continent, NOA is widely known. It's impossible for someone to have never heard the name. Perhaps these people have lived in complete isolation from the outside world for an absurdly long time, or we're in an era before the NOA even existed. Finally! It only took you like 13 lines of dialogue to get to there. To this point, that's probably the most likely answer. Traveled back in time, huh? How are we surprised by that? How slow are we? That's refreshing. Anyway, Captain, where was I? I went outside thinking, no way, and it turned out Lou and Naru were telling the truth. Basically, I ended up going around and around inside Polaris HQ, and don't go telling everyone about this, okay? Anyway, so Miss Cornelia's diary became a connection to a world reflecting Kendall Square in the past. Belle and I then began reenacting events from the past. Time or space repeating itself. I couldn't shake the feeling that the strange events happening around me were somehow similar. Could it really be nothing more than coincidence? The thought that suddenly surfaced left my mind in turmoil. Okay. I know I'm not fully in through the main story, but there's... like... our memories from the past life of us being in the Earth of our understanding, Earth. It's like... how long does it take for us to piece things together? I don't know what time travel means, but it seems we've somehow come to the past, to time before this nameless ancient kingdom was destroyed. As for the era, even the most conservative estimate would place us before the Star Savior's arrival. That's an unimaginably long time ago. Why did something like this suddenly happen? This is still only speculation, but for now those castle walls seem the most suspicious. The castle walls? Yes, it's extremely faint, but I can sense some kind of power flowing from there. If you don't believe me, close your eyes and place your hand on the ground. I did as Christelle said and focused with my hand against the ground. A tingling sensation ran through my palm. The power seems to be flowing toward the center of the castle. You mean it's connected to the royal palace? It means there's something in there. One thing bothers me though. There seems to be another current flowing beyond the castle walls. You can figure out the details from here. What the? If you're going to run into someone, at least clear the way. The royal guard is marching through. Ceremonial march before the knights depart. Every one of them looks highly experienced. With a force this large, has a war broken out? Judging by your clothes, you must be outsiders. You don't even know that? The knights are setting out to find medicine for Her Highness the Princess. Is Her Highness seriously ill? You really don't know anything about what's happening here, do you? Her Highness has been bedridden with a mysterious illness for years now. Mysterious illness? That's right. It's terrible that the princess has come down with such a dreadful disease. They say she might have died already if not for the sage. We're truly fortunate to have her. What? Sage? You just said sage, didn't you? Oh, why are you getting so worked up? Did I say something wrong? AD, calm yourself. Would you explain a little more? We're not very familiar with what's been happening here. Well, it's common knowledge around here. They say the sage of the kingdom appeared out of nowhere one day and performed all sorts of treatments on the princess after she fell ill. Apparently she even developed a miraculous medicine that could cure her illness. That's why the knights are being dispatched all across the continent to gather the ingredients. Does that answer your question? AD, calm yourself. The general public doesn't know her true identity. Okay, man. I missed that. Is the sage here? Control your emotions before we draw any unwanted attention. The sage here? Why, the sage is at the royal palace. They say she's so busy making the elixir that will save the princess that she doesn't even have time to leave. If you know so little about this place, I'm surprised you seem to know about the sage. Truth is, we'd like to consult the sage about something. That's why we've traveled all the way to this distant kingdom. Thank you for telling us all that. We'll be on our way. Wait, Christelle, there's still more I want to know. Pull your head, Haiti. He's only an ordinary onlooker. We've already learned everything useful we can from him. Do you remember what I told you about the mindset you need if you're going to achieve your revenge? Hide the fire of vengeance beneath cold reason. I know. I'm glad to hear it. For now, let's move somewhere quieter. Despite her words, Haiti still seemed too agitated to think clearly and reluctantly let Christelle lead her away by the hand. Princess and the Sage. Ah, hello! As I unconsciously murmured those words, my eyes met my eyes met those of a knight riding near the end of the procession. Rather, it felt as though they did. Certainly, couldn't certain be. I couldn't. Calm down. Take a step back. I couldn't be certain since the knight's face was hidden behind a helmet. Captain, come along. There are many people here, so take care not to get lost. I'm coming. As I thought back to the night's appearance, I was struck by the strange feeling that I'd seen that face somewhere before. Yeah, maybe the thing that we avoided trying to get in here? You don't have time to be sitting around like this. Katie, you seem pretty angry. Me when I state the freaking obvious. Understandably so. After all, she just learned that the sage we've pursued for so long is right here. Truthfully, I'd like nothing more than to storm the castle this very instant. However, rushing won't solve everything, Haiti. If it were that simple, my bullet would have found its way into her heart long ago. Right. Too many things that defy common sense have happened in such a short time. The enormous statue in front of the gate suddenly came to life and attacked us. People are living and breathing inside ruins that have been abandoned for ages, and they're citizens of an ancient kingdom that was destroyed long ago. Traveling back through time into the ancient past outright contradicts everything we know to be possible. Frankly, that's already more than enough to make my head spin. So we need a little time to calm down and catch our breath. But don't worry, I'll help you. Spare me the empty promises. I agree that I need a moment to clear my head anyway. And what's with that cringy line? You should be angry instead. You got dragged into this mess because of us. Promise is a promise. I said I'd help, didn't I? You still don't understand what's at stake, do you? We could die here. What if something goes wrong and we get trapped here forever? And I'll just have to make sure that doesn't happen. Can't tell if you're stupid or just overflowing with confidence. I rather like it. Captain, I think I'm beginning to understand why you're the journey captain. Indeed, there's no need to even consider failure. Christelle de Montaut has always achieved whatever I set my heart on. I can read, I promise you. I promise I'm capable of reading. Just out loud is different. Now there are two idiots. So what's the plan? Finding the sage should be our top priority. We may find her, but we can't kill her. What do you mean? It could cause a time paradox, assuming this really is the past. If we kill the sage in the past, the future will change. Yes, you're right. If she died here, Haiti and I would have never met, meaning our very presence here would become impossible. A very perceptive observation, Captain. But we don't actually need to kill her here and now. What we truly need is to identify Morkurf. Isn't that right, Haiti? Don't tell me you're planning to use that. It's the most reliable method. You've already decided, fine. What is that supposed to mean? Could you please explain? You know that executors aren't really human anymore, right? They're voidborns that live on the void force instead of water, food, or air. And voidborns are as powerful as executors, each have their own unique characteristics in that void force. Think of it like a fingerprint, something that distinguishes one from another. I've never sensed anything like that. I've fought plenty of voidborns before. Of course not. Only another voidborn can perceive it. So you're saying we should recruit a voidborn? You're joking, right? Voidborns aren't some stray dogs you can just pick up off the street. I was asking seriously. An amusing idea, but there's no need. You can't see it, but Christelle can. Indeed, this cursed power brings me endless pain, but this time it may actually prove useful. Christelle carefully lifted the hair covering her right eye. The moment I saw the hidden red iris, a chill ran through my entire body. Are you okay? She's fine, she just had another nightmare. Katie shrugged at the cryptic remark and gently placed a hand on Christelle's shoulder. Christelle's ragged breathing gradually softened. A nightmare? It's nothing. More importantly, what did you feel when you looked into my eye? Were you afraid? Even if you were, don't be ashamed, it's a natural reaction. I wouldn't say I was afraid. It just sent a chill down my spine. Is that what one should expect from someone chosen by Alicia? Most people tremble just from looking at this eye. The fact that you can withstand it so calmly means you possess remarkable strength of will. What happened to your eye? My right eye is no longer human. It's been completely consumed by the void force, and it's closer to the eye of a voidborn. You look like you're wondering why. It's a long story, so let's just say Morkurf did this to me. According to her, she wanted to see if she could turn me into an executor, or something along those lines. But don't worry, I never became an executor in the end. So basically, we capture the sage who exists in this era. Then Christelle uses her ability to absorb and analyze her void. And that will let us figure out what Morkurf looks like now and where she's hiding. That's the plan, right? Exactly. The problem is, how do we reach the sage? That wench is holed up deep inside the royal palace and never comes out. And we're suspicious outsiders as far as anyone here is concerned. There's no chance they'll simply let us into the palace. And we can't exactly force our way past all those knights guarding it. Information gathering is one of the fundamental skills of any good entrepreneur, wouldn't you agree? No matter how dire the situation, there's always a way through. We'll simply find a way into the royal palace. There's nothing to worry about. I, Christelle de Montoya, have always found the answer. Christelle. For someone who sounded so confident, you still haven't found a way in, have you? And you're laughing? It can't be helped. Merchants supplying the palace need at least a month's worth of prior approval, and security is so strict because of the princess's plague that there are practically no routes inside. So even you make excuses, you simply failed. Such unbearable humiliation. To think that I would fail. I have no excuse. Perhaps I took the matter too lightly. But surely we simply haven't found the right method yet. There must still be a good way in. Probably. Still, something strange. Strange? What do you mean? Where is Haiti? What nonsense are you talking about? I'm right in front of you. Did your eyesight suddenly get worse? That's not what I mean. I mean Haiti from the past. Huh? Oh, I see. If our theory is correct, this is the past just before Haiti fell asleep. If the sage is currently in the kingdom, that means we're also in the period when Haiti was here. In that case, the Haiti from the past should be living somewhere in this kingdom as well. Yet we've walked all over the capital and haven't seen anyone resembling her. Maybe I hated going outside before I lost my memories, I mean. No, even then, it's still strange, Haiti. At the very least, wouldn't it be natural for someone here to recognize you? I can't help wondering what's going on. She is the princess. Don't waste your energy on pointless things. I'm the one we're talking about, and I'm not even that curious. But you lost your memories, didn't you? This could be the perfect opportunity. You could ask your past self all sorts of questions if you met her. That's a reasonable point. Forget it, I don't need to. I've lived perfectly well without those memories. What matters to me now isn't any of that, it's revenge. Is that so, Haiti? Aren't you curious about what kind of person you used to be? Not at all. Do I really look like I'm interested in that right now? Get a grief, Morkurf is right here. If that's all you want to talk about, I'll go ahead. I'm going to keep looking for a way into the royal palace. Are you afraid you might not be who you hope you were? And what exactly am I supposed to be hoping for? I couldn't say, you hardly ever talk about yourself. But haven't you occasionally longed for your past? That's nonsense, how could I miss something I don't even remember? Haiti, you're still not very honest with yourself. As someone who considers herself your guardian, there's no way I wouldn't notice. A life spent pursuing nothing but revenge while neglecting yourself is a lonely one. And a life lived after losing yourself is lonelier still. Do you truly have no desire to glimpse your past? I don't want to know. At least not now. Is that so? If that's what you want, I won't force you. Sometimes there are memories whose loss is a mercy. Strange tension hung between Haiti and Christelle when... Hey, did you hear? Markov struck it big. Struck it big? How? You remember how that bastard went south on a trading trip, right? Well, on his way back, he ran into an envoy that had gotten lost. An envoy? Yeah, and as luck would have it, they were from that island nation across the southern sea. You know how the kingdom's been sending knights everywhere to gather ingredients for the princess's cure? Talk about unbelievable luck. I heard that they even asked the Empire on the eastern continent to send them a medicinal herb. Maybe I should stake out the road too. Oh, that sounds like information we could put to very good use. What are you planning? Leave it to me, I've got an excellent idea. I feel like excellent idea is a stretch. Everyone, remember to hydrate, drink water. Lord knows I need it. You really think this is going to work? My, you still have so little faith in me. Our investigation shows that this kingdom knows almost nothing about the Eastern continent. And dressed as we are now, we could easily pass for foreigners. It's the perfect disguise. Crystal's plan was to pose as an envoy from the Eastern continent and enter the royal palace. There was, however, one small and rather adorable flaw. Would a delegation from the Eastern continent really show up empty-handed? Well, care to answer? Could it be helped? Even after selling every valuable item we had, we barely had enough to pay for a single carriage with only a little left over. Besides, anything we could buy here would obviously not be from the Eastern continent. Trying to dress things up by buying random goods would only make us look even more suspicious. Well, that's not entirely unreasonable. You two worry far too much. Just watch closely and witness how I, Christelle, overcome this obstacle. Halt! Identify yourselves and state your business. You would dare impede my passage, guard? Huh? And you are? My, seems word has yet to reach you. We are a delegation from the Eastern continent, far beyond the Eastern seas. From the realm ruled by Her Imperial Majesty Alicia, who watches over heaven and earth beneath the stars. Excuse me? Just go along with it, apparently that's the story we're using. You are envoys of the great NOA Empire. Yes, that's right. We have brought medicinal ingredients to treat the mysterious illness afflicting your princess. An envoy from the Eastern continent? Now, you're rather modest in size for an envoy. Insolence, would you dare insult envoy sent by the Empress of the Eastern continent? No, of course not. Please, wait a moment. This is far too important a matter for someone of my rank to handle. Wait. Word of the princess's condition wouldn't have reached the Eastern continent yet. The knights bound for the Eastern continent only left the royal capital last week. But that's a sharp observation. You did prepare for that much, right? Now that you mention it, I hadn't considered that. My mistake. So what now? Unexpected variables arise all the time in the course of business. An entrepreneur who can't improvise in the face of a minor complication like this has no right to call themselves one. Allow me to show you personally the skills that raised moral ocean traders to the greatest trading company in foreign. Oh. My. It seems you still know very little about the sage residing in your royal palace. She has visited our nation before, you see. And long before your princess ever fell ill, she made a prophecy. She foretold that we must gather medicinal ingredients from a sacred mountain and send a delegation to your kingdom. What? She foresaw even that? He's so easy to fool. Now hurry and inform your king that the envoy has arrived and open the gates. But you haven't provided any proof that you really are this envoy. At the very least, I would appreciate some evidence that you've come from the Eastern continent. Maybe not. He's pretty strict. What are you going to do now? Proof? Something we could show him? Can't be helped? Here, take this. What is this? What Christelle handed the guard was a can of soda from her bag. You might call it a secret elixir of life from the Eastern continent. Something this precious? Are you sure you could just give it to me? It is valuable beyond measure, but seeing you reminds me of my father. Even beneath this scorching sun, you remain faithfully at your post, driven only by devotion to your homeland. My father, too, was a knight who fought for this country, for his country. So I understand at least somewhat how hard you work. Oh, sounds like a lie. Because it is. No. Now lift the middle tab on the top with some force, the lid will open. Like this. Drink it in one go. This is the elixir of life? It fizzes inside my mouth. I've never tasted anything like it. Now then, guard, listen carefully. That elixir of life is the very medicinal ingredient the sage requires. Fortunately, however, its medicinal properties fade if too much time passes. Its medicinal properties? If left somewhere hot, it loses its fizz. So surely we must hurry. It would be best to bring it inside the cool royal palace as soon as possible. I'm not asking for much, after all. You're merely a guard of the lowest rank. I simply hope you might see to it that the procedure is handled swiftly. Huh? A gold coin? Don't be alarmed. It's merely a small token of appreciation. I admire your loyalty, but devotion alone won't put food on the table for your dear children. I understand completely. Such is life, is it not? I really shouldn't. Go on, put it away. If you refuse, you make me look terribly uncouth. Very well, I'll open the gates for now, but you must remain quietly in the waiting area. Of course, of course. Me when I lie. There were a few complications, but I guess we made it inside. A skill that raised moral ocean traders to the top of foreign. So this was it. The dark truth of adulthood. I think you've misunderstood. Our company has always been... What did I tell you? I said everything would work out, didn't I? Gold works in every era and every land, after all. So aggressive bribery was the secret. We don't do that. And you stop talking nonsense. You're giving the captain the wrong idea. Well, perhaps it isn't entirely a misunderstanding. I'd do anything for revenge, even if it meant trading someone else's life for it. That's my creed. Even so, that was a complete gamble. What were you going to do if we'd blown our cover? How cold. Haiti, you're always so stingy with your praise. Shut it, you're not a child. Why do you need praise? Boo. When will you finally commend my achievements with warm words and throw yourself into my arms? Never give up on that dream. Oh, never give up on that dream. There's a period. Anyone there? It's fine, come on already. No one's here, I checked all the way to the end of the corridor. We'd be in serious trouble if we're caught, right? We'd probably die. Thieves who snuck into the royal palace? Yes, that sounds like an excellent charge to be hanged for. There's no need to be afraid, we simply mustn't get caught. With a smile on her face after uttering something so grim, Christelle stepped up to an ornate door at the end of the narrow corridor. This is the Sage's chamber, right? Yes, void forces seeping out from beyond this very door. Most likely, Morkarth is inside. Are you ready, Haiti? I've always been. Ever since the moment I opened my eyes. Then I'll open the door. Make sure she doesn't try anything funny. Leave it to me. If she so much as struggles, I'll pierce her hands and feet to pin her to the wall. An excellent plan. I'll leave that to you. Captain, I'd like you to make sure that she can't escape. Can you do that? No problem. Then shall we? It's time to bring our sworn, blood-soaked revenge to its conclusion. Okay. The enormous door opened, revealing the Sage's chamber that had been hidden away in secrecy. But inside, there's nothing here. There was literally nothing. There was no furniture, even the walls seemed to melt into one another, leaving a flat, depthless space of nothing but black. The darkness felt as though the space itself had been carved out of reality, carrying an almost tangible pull that threatened to drag me in. It's not some kind of barrier, and there's no trace of magic or the void force. It feels less like someone simply emptied the room, and more like someone erased the space itself. Maybe she did this before fleeing so she wouldn't leave any traces behind. Looks like we're one step too late. This throws our original plan completely off course. For now, I think we'd better go back and reassess the situation. Alright. Haiti, are you okay? You suddenly collapsed. Are you feeling ill? It's not a big deal. I just feel a little sick, that's all. No, this won't do. Get on my back. No, I'm fine. I can walk on my own. Stop arguing and get on. You're in no shape to walk. I'm telling you, I'm fine. Hey. This area is off limits. How did you get in here? These events are long. My, it seems we've committed quite the discourtesy. We are envoys from the glorious NOA Empire on the eastern continent, beyond the eastern seas. You see, we brought a mysterious medicinal ingredient that can cure the princess's illness. But we were unaware that this was a restricted area. We were merely on our way to the restroom and happened to lose our way. I see, then you are guests of our kingdom. Thank you for your hospitality. However, trespassing is not in the scope of your diplomatic immunity. I will turn a blind eye just this once, but if this happens again, you will face the consequences in full measure. Of course. Phew, that was close. Let's get out of here. We'd better leave the palace before we're made. Wait, you there. Is something the matter? Not you, the one behind you. I think he means me. There's something familiar about you. If you truly came from the eastern continent, there's no reason I should recognize you. Turn around, let's see your face. Haiti, what on earth did you go around doing? What do you mean? Are you accusing me of something? This doesn't make sense. Not a single person outside recognized you. But a royal guard seems to know your face? It's probably just a coincidence. Or maybe you're a wanted criminal. Who are you calling a criminal? Either way, we're in trouble. We've already fabricated an identity as envoys from a nation called NOA. Even if that knight personally knows Haiti, it doesn't change the fact that we've been lying. And in any country, entering the royal palace under a false identity is a serious crime. At this rate, we're headed straight for prison. So what do we do now? We have no choice. Hey, what are you whispering about over there? I said show me your face. We run. Hop on my back, Haiti. Just this once. What? Hey, stop. Intruders. Intruders inside the palace. We managed to get away, but where do we go now? Didn't we just turn left at the corner just now? Did we? I was trying to retrace the route we took coming in. And we already made a wrong turn. Should we jump out a window? That's certainly one option, but the problem is there isn't a single window in sight, Captain. This place is so full of twists and turns that I can't even tell where we are anymore. This place is way too confusing to navigate. I hear the heavy footsteps ahead. Probably the royal guards. Oh, which way should we go? Turn right. Hey, do you know the way? Of course not. I'm completely unsure either, but I don't think we should go left. We'll run into a lot of people that way. Are your memories coming back? No, not really. I just have a strong gut feeling this is the right way. Perhaps your old memories are slowly beginning to return. I'll trust your judgment, Haiti. Lead the way. Here, this way. Haiti took the lead and threw open a door without a second thought. Beyond it was a garden overflowing with lush greenery. A garden of this size inside a palace? They must have put quite an effort into building it. Is this really the time to admire the scenery? Enough pointless chatter. Hurry up and follow me. There's plenty of thick foliage here and no one's stationed nearby, so it's a good place to hide. Captain, over here, you should take cover as well. Don't mind if I do? Scoot a little. Too close. There's plenty of room on your side. Shh, they're coming. Footsteps are fading. Good. Looks like we managed to lose them for now. But we can't stay here forever. They'll send more people to search for us. I'm sure the back entrance is this way. Okay, where the hell are we now? A flower garden? The flowers are blooming beautifully. Haiti, don't you happen to like flowers as well? I know we're in a hurry, but perhaps we could stop for just a moment to admire... And she's gone. Haiti! Ugh. I told you not to push yourself. You should have let me carry you. Ugh. Haiti, your body is glowing. Huh? Look, the flowers are in full bloom. Here, the flowers I wanted to plant are here too. Wow, I want to show father and mother too. Your Highness, if you keep running like that, you'll fall. Ah, Perseus, you're no fun. Come on, play with me a little, please. My duty is to protect you, my princess. Take this flower bomb. What was that just now, an illusion? No, more importantly, Haiti. Come on, get a hold of yourself, Haiti. Haiti, calm down. Stop making so much noise, they'll hear us from outside. Over here, I heard something from the garden. Lord Chamberlain, this way. Princess, oh princess. Princess, are you unharmed? You suddenly disappeared from your room. You gave us quite a fright, and here you are? I told you that your condition is serious and that you absolutely must remain at rest. Guards, escort the princess back to her room at once. Did he just call her princess? Seems we've been very, very wrong about something. So Haiti is... Then all of those things, they happened because... Guard captain, make sure these kidnappers don't escape. I think there's been a misunderstanding. We're not kidnappers. Are these the ones? Yes, they're the ones who dared attempt to kidnap the princess. The hadn't returned and warned us something terrible could have happened. Among the onlookers, I happened to notice someone whose silhouette resembled the princess from behind. I had my doubts, but it seems there really were rats sneaking around. So couldn't we at least talk this through? Don't bother, Captain. I don't think anything we say will reach them now. More importantly, the guard captain looks familiar. If memory serves me correctly, that man looks exactly like the statue we saw in the ruins. Finally. It only took like 3-4 episodes to get here. Say your words. By the laws of the kingdom, you will answer for your crimes. You dare to infiltrate the royal palace and lay hands on the princess? All guards. Yes, sir. Block every route. Do not let these criminals escape. 20 foes in total, all elite hand-picked knights. The odds of winning are not in our favor. I agree. In that case, we surrender. Alright. I punched the bars with all my strength, but my fists simply bounced off as if they were no ordinary iron. Ow, ow, ow. Captain, don't waste your precious strength. If you were strong enough to smash through iron bars with your bare hands, we would have been better off fighting the royal guards. I know, but... Getting impatient? I take this as your first time getting locked up. Allow me, the highly experienced Christelle de Montoya, to share with you a useful tip. Underground cells are usually cold and damp, so it's best to spread some cloth underneath you before lying down. Otherwise, you'll catch a cold easily. Most people don't have experience like that, you know. Talking as if it's a major life achievement. Fair enough. Why are you so relaxed, Christelle? I'm not relaxed, I'm organizing my thoughts. About the situation we're in, and about Haiti. Princess, oh princess. Princess, are you on hard? I don't need the flashback. Back then, they called Haiti the princess, right? Yes, it seems Haiti was the princess of this ancient kingdom. That would also explain why no one on the streets recognized her. The princess had already been stricken with a mysterious illness long ago and could no longer leave the palace. In fact, she had spent so long confined that even leaving her room had become difficult for her. Which is why only a palace guard could vaguely recognize Hades' face. Viewed that way, everything falls into place. And if my theory is correct... If it's another flashback, okay. Perhaps this entire space itself belongs to Hades. What do you mean? Suggesting the possibility that this world is based on Hades' memories. But if that possibility is true... This is... There's nothing here. Why? Where in the world is Morkarth? This isn't her doing. And the source of the power sustaining this world must be. Keep it down, criminal scum. Can't you stay quiet? Hey, I have something to ask you. What do you take me for? Do I look soft enough to chat with criminal? It's a simple question, so there's no need to be so worried. I'm not trying to pry into any royal secrets. Besides, if you answer honestly, I'll give you this. What is that? It's called a pocket watch. A device for telling time. Plus, it's made of gold, so even if you don't know how to use it, it should still fetch a nice price on the market. Are you really from that mysterious country called NOA? And here I thought you were complete frauds. Something like that. Then I'll take that as your acceptance of my offer. Fine, I'll tell you this now. If there's something I'm not allowed to reveal, I won't answer. Got it? It's fine with me. Then first, I'd like to hear about the princess's condition. Details regarding the princess must not leave the royal household. So unfortunately, I can't answer your very first question. How stingy of you. There's not much chance of us leaving this palace alive. Not when we're just a pack of would-be princess kidnappers. Well, that's true, I guess. Don't worry, this isn't some essay question. In fact, just consider this a yes or no quiz. I'll just toss out a few conjectures about the princess, and you can tell me whether I'm right or wrong. One day, the princess suddenly came down with a severe fever, one that couldn't be quelled by any medicine or herb. As time passed, she began seeing hallucinations more and more often. She became unnaturally driven by her desires. Sometimes she'd even lose all reason and go on a rampage. She may even have begun emanating some kind of strange dark aura. How did you know? No matter how thoroughly everyone searched, there would have been no record of any similar disease. Naturally, no cure was known either. And then by sheer coincidence, a passing sage offered her help, am I right? You clearly know something. Very well, I won't deny it. How do you know all that? It's simple, I merely listed everything that happened to me. Well, next question. We searched the sage's chamber, but the sage wasn't there. Where's the sage now? Well, I suppose the truth will come to light soon enough, so I might as well answer this one. The sage is no longer here. What do you mean? She suddenly disappeared while treating the princess. However, judging from the traces left behind, we believe the princess's illness swallowed the sage whole as well. And that's what happened. And I have one final question. Would you mind looking out the window? Knight, acting as your jailer, opened the small window high on the wall and looked up at the sky. Huh? What? What color is the moon right now? Red. Blood red. What's happening? A red moon. I thought as much. What's all this about a red moon? I'll explain. A red moon in the sky means... Hello? An emergency. You two stay right here. Means destruction is nearly upon us, Captain. Destruction? Captain, when I first met Haiti, I thoroughly searched the ruins where I found her. The ruins of a mysterious ancient kingdom that had vanished into thin air as if its very existence had been erased. I intended to determine what kind of destruction befallen it from the remains, because that might have taught me more about Morkurf, who orchestrated the kingdom's downfall. Contrary to my expectations, I found nothing that could serve as a useful clue. However, there was one thing that stood out to me. What was it? There were no traces of resistance anywhere in the royal capital. From all indications, the kingdom must have possessed a powerful order of knights. It's far too strange. Don't you agree? You're right. And Captain, not long ago, we saw a large force of knights leaving the royal capital. Well, I don't know how she arranged it, but Morkurf was waiting for this exact moment. But didn't the guards say the sage disappeared? Well, yes. She must have decided that she'd accomplished everything she came here to do. She didn't die, she left. Since she had her fun, the only thing left for her was to wipe the slate clean. In fact, she might have already started the process by now. That's true. We need to get out of here and get Haiti back. Then before that, there's one more thing I should tell you. My theory is correct. Haiti is... When I found Haiti, It's wrong. No, I'm not certain yet, so perhaps I should refrain from saying anything. More importantly, leaving those cryptic words hanging, Christelle lifted the hair covering her right eye and stared into the empty space. I can still feel the core sustaining the world somewhere inside the palace. If we destroy it, we should be able to escape this place. Our highest priority is to recover Haiti quickly and then get out. Though I suppose getting out of this cell before the whole place collapses on top of us comes first. How are you so nonchalant about this? Fortunately, the recent tremor had loosened the section holding the bars in place. I wrapped my coat tightly around my fist and prepared to deliver a decisive punch to the rattling bars. Damn. But before I could, the entire set of bars was smashed apart and sent flying. A massive greatsword as tall as a person had burst through the stone wall behind us, blown by the bars. Ah, it's him. The familiar statue smashed through the rest of the damaged wall and stepped into the cell. It stared at us for a moment before turning around to pull its greatsword free from the wall. Curiously, it doesn't appear hostile. Did it follow us all the way here from outside? I have no idea what's going on, but looks like it wants us to follow it. I didn't realize that much intelligence remained within it. Either way, it's true that we need to find Haiti as well. With that statue leading the way, even the royal guard won't be able to stop us so easily. We can use it as a shield. Let's hurry. For Hugh the Unbeautiful. Ain't that a line? By the time we escaped the dungeon and made our way into the royal palace, the entire palace had descended into chaos. Run, the palace is collapsing. The knights, call the knights back. Where's His Majesty? We need to make sure he's safe. This is pandemonium. Though I suppose that's hardly surprising. Judging by the cracks running across the walls, I wouldn't be surprised if the whole palace came crashing down at any moment. The princess has been consumed by the plague. All royal guards personnel assemble in the garden. By the princess, they mean Haiti, right? Consumed by the plague? Haiti. Garden must be referring to the place we were at earlier. Captain, do you remember where it was? Not really. This is bad. I doubt anyone we stop in the middle of this would give us proper answer. Follow the statue. Where's that statue going? I can't communicate with it, but almost seems like it knows the way. Let's follow it. As though drawn by something, the statue strode to a familiar door, threw it open, and froze in place. Alright. Hey, the way you look right now, it isn't beautiful. Lady dressed in unfamiliar clothes and staring blankly up at the sky from the center of the garden slowly met my gaze. Her clothes, hands, and spear were all smeared with blood that clearly wasn't her own. Lady, that blood. Instead of answering, Haiti raised a hand and pointed toward one corner of the garden. Corpses of bloodied palace attendants and knights were piled up high like a heap of garbage. Did you do that? I suppose all that talk about you being consumed by the plague wasn't entirely wrong. Captain, I fear that may no longer be our Haiti. What do you mean? I can feel immense void force coming from Haiti's heart. Morkurf's doing, no doubt. Just as she did to me. No, perhaps Haiti came first. Possible that her memory gradually returning was actually a sign that the void force sealed inside her body was beginning to break free. Either way, the Haiti before us has lost all reason. We want to bring her back to a state where she can speak to us. We have no choice but to beat her into submission. Alright. Well, she'll attack us at any moment now. Be ready. Shut up. My head hurts. Just shut up. All of you should just die. Womp womp. Alright, combat time. Woo. And she already has burn on her. So I'm gonna do extra damage. Yep, there's that extra damage. Oh, I'm so happy when the MC is a playable character. Okay, that skill was dope. This is unnecessary, but I'm doing it anyway. Jeez, how many stacks of burn are we gonna give her? Alright, thank you, Christelle. Are you okay? I'm fine, she just grazed me, so it's not as bad as it looks. Didn't expect such a difficult fight. Impressive. But in the end, I, Christelle, have triumphed. Now then, Haiti, what will you do? No matter how much power you've gained, you can't possibly master strength you just obtained overnight. Yeah, I lost. But it doesn't matter. Victory, defeat, even this life. None of it means anything anymore. Haiti, you're back to your senses. Let's get out of here, the palace is about to collapse. You really are dense, Captain. You still don't get it? This void may have consumed half my body, but I was already in my right mind by the time you two got here. You still seemed to notice partway through. Yes, for someone supposedly out of her mind, it was obvious that you were hesitating to attack us. What? Then why did I attack you? Of course it was my choice, but why? Did you want us to kill you? To die at our hands? Because nothing means anything anymore. What are you talking about? You were trying to die? Exactly. I should have been buried beneath the sands and disappeared long ago anyway. So I might as well die now. Nothing's going to change. What about your revenge? Revenge? I remembered everything I'd forgotten for so long. Who I am, how the kingdom was destroyed, and that someone like me doesn't even have the right to seek revenge. You don't have the right to seek revenge? Look at all of this. Morkov didn't kill these people, I did. I lost my mind and stabbed them, tore them apart, cut them down with my own hands. The power that blossomed inside me consumed me and turned me into a monster. I killed everyone who begged for mercy, everyone who cared about me, and destroyed the kingdom. Morkov may have planted the seed inside me, but in the end I was the one who brought the kingdom down. That's the memory I had forgotten. Haiti, is that the truth you've uncovered? Yeah. I think I understand why I lost my mind. Memories. I mean, probably wanted to forget everything I'd done, so I could tell myself it wasn't me. Instead, I denied reality and ran away, all while blaming the sage for everything. In the end, the hideous, pathetic culprit sealed away even her own memories and buried herself deep beneath the ruins. Then, laughably enough, I had the nerve to demand revenge. Now, I'm done. Because none of it means anything anymore. After uttering those shocking words, Haiti collapsed to the ground and gripped her broken spear. Then she pointed its tip at herself. The spear shaft was knocked away and flew weakly through the air before embedding itself in the ground. Hey, don't interfere, you'll get yourself killed. The void plane inside me is only catching its breath. Once it starts raging again, I won't be able to control it anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? No. What's wrong with you? This is my decision. Whether I live or die is none of your business. Don't act like we're something special just because we spent a single day together. Revenge was the only thing that kept me going this far. But now even that's gone. So now I'm just putting things back the way they were always supposed to be. I already made a promise. I said I'd help you. I'm telling you I don't need that anymore. You don't know anything. Stop sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. You're right, I don't. So I'll save you however I want. Why would you do that? If I had to give a reason? It's because I want to see a different ending. Are you stupid? You're forcing this just for a reason like that? I grabbed Hades' hand where she sat and pulled her to her feet. I don't want a flashback. Go away. There has to be another way. You can figure out what it is from here. No, this can't be my memories. This can't be what really happened. So what if revenge lost all meaning? That's easy for you to say, but it's not for me. If you say something like that, then we'll just find something else that doesn't mean something. Why? Why now? I thought I'd lost everything. I thought it was all over. Tears welled in Hades' eyes as her voice began to break, but I couldn't afford to indulge her any longer either. We had to get out of here before the royal palace collapsed. I forced Hades back onto her feet despite her weakened legs. As I thought, so this is how it ends. Unfortunately, we can't take Hades back with us, Captain. What? Why? Because Hades has to die here. Huh? Christelle's gun was pointed directly at Hades and me. Captain, step away from her. If you stay where you are, I'll have no choice but to shoot you too. Why are you doing this? Captain, void has been planted inside Hades' body. And the one who planted the seeds of that void was Morker. Isn't that right, Hades? You know it too. Yeah. Captain, surely you haven't forgotten our original objective. My right eye is no longer human. It's been completely consumed by the void force, so it's closer to the eye of a voidborn. So basically, we capture the sage who exists in this era, then Christelle uses her ability to absorb and analyze her void. That will let us figure out what Morker looks like now and where she's hiding. We may not have found that sage herself, but what truly matters is the void she left behind. And right now, it's writhing inside Hades. She plants void inside a human body and cultivates its power. Then when that power finally takes control of its hosts, the kingdom falls. That was probably the final chapter of the Forgotten Kingdom. Which makes my choice obvious. I will kill Hades and take the void within her. Wait, then what were... Wait, then what you were about to say earlier was... My theory is correct, Hades is... When I found Hades, Yes, back then I was merely suspicion, so I saw no reason to voice it. Now that suspicion has become certainty. But she's your companion! A companion, you say? I see, so that's how it looked to you. That just means you were taken in by my act. Or act? Yes, it was all an act, nothing more than a lie. I used Hades, I pretended to be a good person and fed her warm words I never meant. I made sure others saw me that way too, even forced myself to smile in front of them. But none of it was ever sincere, that's the kind of person I am. Disappointed, Captain, because I'm such a wicked person? But it can't be helped. From the very beginning I was nothing but an empty shell. I was already like that the moment I first met Hades. Everything I have is false, nothing but appearances. Someone like me has no choice but to put on convincing mask and play a part. Because there's nothing else left inside me. Family, friends, my homeland, a quiet and comforting place to sleep at night. And you expect me to have a warm heart capable of cherishing another person? Something so soft and sentimental? I can't even remember when that was taken from me anymore. Is there nothing I can do to change your mind? If such a way existed, I would have already found it by now. I couldn't possibly imagine how many years I've endured with the only promise of revenge to keep me going. The cursed power dwelling in my right eye made it impossible for me to die, no matter how desperately I wished for it. The obsession of someone who lost everything and was denied even the right to escape through death? You could never understand it. Well, now that you mention it, and I don't want you to understand, I simply seek to move forward to achieve my goal. No matter who stands in the way of my revenge or what I must do to achieve it. I've already lived that way for so long, trampling the innocent, using them, sacrificing them. Every wicked deed I've committed was for this moment alone. If I let this opportunity slip away now, I'll once again spend every night being hunted by visions of the day my life was destroyed. That is not what I want. So if you stand in my way, Captain, I'll trample you too. Then shoot me. It seems you're under some misconception. If you thought I was anything like the others, Captain, you've made a grave mistake. This isn't some empty threat meant to frighten you into backing down. Christelle's finger settles on the cold trigger. I have to kill Hades and seize what I came here for. Captain, I'm the kind of person who could shoot you without the slightest hesitation. I doubt I'd even feel a single pang of guilt. Yeah, you haven't pulled the trigger and you're still talking to me, sweetheart, so... My revenge against Morker for the life of someone I only met recently. If I had to weigh the two, I would choose revenge without a second thought. So, step aside. I'll shoot if I have to, but I'd rather not. I'm not the one you should be weighing against your revenge. Hades is. Captain, even then nothing changes. Such sentimental appeals won't reach me. I just shoot you, then shoot Hades as well, and choose the path that ultimately leads me to Morker. And even after all that, not a single tear would form in my eyes. I see. So that's how it is. You still refuse to move, Captain? Of course. I simply can't understand you. Why would you make this choice? There's nothing for you to gain from any of this. A mere week ago, you didn't even know we existed. I still can't understand why you would risk your own life just to save Hades. You're wrong. Huh? Hades isn't the only one I'm trying to save. I'm trying to save you too. What are you talking about? I'm the one pointing a gun at you. Your life's the one in danger, not mine. And yet you claim you're standing in front of the barrel to save me? If you shoot Hades here, your revenge will never truly be complete. Nonsense. The entire point of my revenge is to find Morkerf and kill her. And Hades' body contains the void force that Morkerf left behind. If anything, killing Hades is precisely what will complete my revenge. And then what? Then, let's say you kill Hades and find the trail. You find Morkerf and kill her. What comes after that? I wonder what you were getting at, but this is nothing more than sophistry. After that, why should there need to be anything after that? If everything happens as you say, then my revenge will already have succeeded. Once it's all over, there will be nothing left. No, you'll still be there. You left with nothing in your hands. And what's wrong with only me being left? How is that any different from how things have always been? The only thing I have left is revenge. Christelle, you're arrogant. Arrogant? How dare you say such a thing to me? You're presumptuous, conceited, and you think far too highly of yourself. Captain, if you're trying to shake me with insults, stop wasting your breath. Do you really think that will make me change my mind? Do you really think you made it this far alone? Okay. I was gonna say, don't make me do flashbacks right now. You have a point. I wouldn't have made it this far without Hades' help. But if necessary, I will gladly live with the sin of abandoning her. I, Christelle, would not care even if my soul fell into hell for the sake of my blood-soaked revenge. I truly can't understand you. Can you not see the barrel pointed at you? Even if every question you've asked is entirely justified, I still can't understand why you'd risk your life to stop me. Why not simply look the other way? So now it's my turn to ask. Just what are you doing all this for? I couldn't answer her question right away. She was right. Why was I standing in her way? Truthfully, my connection to the two of them was shallow enough to call us little more than passing acquaintances. So why was I taking such a risk for them? After all that talk, you can't even muster up an answer for yourself, Captain? If you're standing in the way of my revenge out of such a shallow sense of pity, thick anger seeped into Christelle's voice. If that's all this is, then I'll shatter that pathetic hypocrisy of yours with my own hands. The heavy air around Christelle began to churn violently. Though the strands of hair whipping in the air, her red eye fixed itself on me. My vision wavered for an instant and everything around me began to turn red. My chest tightened as if someone had seized my heart with an iron grip. The arrogant one isn't me, Captain, it's you. You say you'll save both Hades and me. Enough of your childish fantasies. You want to save everyone, truly? You even want to save me after I've completed my revenge? Don't make me laugh. You know nothing about suffering. You don't know what true hell is like. Of course you wouldn't. Have you ever had a nightmare that wouldn't end even after you opened your eyes? Have you ever lived through days when even closing your eyes could bring you no peaceful silence? This eye, it shows me hell without end. A hell where I can only watch helplessly as ruin unfolds clearly before my eyes. A place where everything destroyed by a single mistake collapses before me, and I can't even offer repentance. Every single night, no, even at this very moment, the screams blaming me and the wet sounds of blood splashing around my feet never leave me. Ooh. How this event could go so hard with some proper voice actors. I ain't got it in me. I ain't. Maybe if I had some professional training. That, or if I had a show of confidence that I could voice act. Oof. But this event, man, this event could truly be heart-wrenching with some good voice acting. You'll never know what it feels like to lose everything precious to you again and again every moment of your life. What it feels like to kneel in that hell before her nauseating sneer. The humiliation of groveling at her feet, offering to do anything to make it stop. Even knowing it's useless. Even knowing that when I lie down the next night, that vile vision will only repeat itself. I can never escape that endlessly repeating purgatory. There's only one way to break that cycle. More cursed death. I couldn't refute her. I couldn't know her pain. I couldn't know what she's been through or what had driven her to swear revenge. I could understand her words with my head, but couldn't fathom the emotions within them. I couldn't reach those feelings. Even so, I still think this is wrong. An ending where she has no choice but to kill a precious companion with her own hands for the sake of revenge? An ending that concerns her until it's the only path left? I couldn't see it as anything but wrong. You really are selfish. I have no intention of indulging your pathetic hero act any longer. Hades has to die here. She will become the signpost that leads me to Morkirk. If you still insist on forcing your way, then try stopping me by force. Boom! Fight time! Oh, we running it down. Let's win our ones. Let's win our ones. Holy fire damage. Oof. Believe in the plot armor. Believe in what we fight for. We did it. We won our ones. Oh, that is tough. That is tough. Why can't I be a playable character? How I'd run you in every comp. Because that's the way I play these games. I played these games before. Estelle's bullet flew straight for the hand gripping my sword. With a deafening blast that hardly sounded like a gunshot, the star piercer was knocked into the air. A tremendous impact sent a numbing shock from my right hand all the way up to my shoulder. Checkmate, Captain. Still feel like to cling to that. That shouldn't be there. That shouldn't be there. Still feel like clinging to that meaningless, childless fantasy? Hades is your companion, your friend, your family. Companion? Friend? Family? Weren't you listening? It was all an act. To deceive your enemy, you must first deceive your allies. If even you saw it that way, then I suppose my deception was quite successful. She was lying. I'd only spent a short time with the two of them, but even so I knew that much for certain. And you know it too. You cared about Hades more than anyone. Please, just shut up. All those warm words you keep throwing at me as if you understand everything? I can't stand them. What do you know? That pity you offer from your lofty perch as though you're somehow above it all? I'm sick of hearing it. People can never understand another... Paul? People can never understand other people completely. Holy fumble. Holy fumble. You have lost all power in this line, Star Savior. huge bag drop on this one. Shallow pity offered without understanding? That's nothing more than another form of violence. This revenge is the ending we have always wanted. So it has to. Yes, Haiti herself must want this ending too. Right, Haiti? Say it now. Tell me I'm not wrong. Tell me this is what you want too. How do you know that? What? You're not Haiti? You can't understand her completely either. Don't you think that's contradictory? Oh. You overdid it. If you keep abusing the power of that eye, it'll consume you eventually. You're having another nightmare. Haiti staggered over to Christelle, who had collapsed while clutching her eye, and placed a hand on her shoulder. Then she took Christelle's limp hand and guided the barrel toward her own heart. You're right. Revenge was our greatest wish. I've lost sight of what it means now, but if you still want it, that's what you choose. Kill me and complete your revenge. That's fine with me. Haiti. After deceiving everyone else, are you going to deceive yourself in the end too? Yeah. See, this is the issue. This is the issue. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about this real quick. Yeah, we're gonna pause. We're gonna pause. Kill the music. Music's still playing. Anyway. Pause. Actually, I could do this. Music done. Let's talk about this. See, this is what happens when you overdo flashbacks, okay? Because how many flashbacks have we had leading up to this point? I want to say roughly 4, give or take. Like 5 or 3. We've had a lot. And the thing is, that flashback right there, that is a correctly timed flashback. That is where a flashback like that, going through the memories Christelle has, where she discusses what she supposedly is lying about her relationship with Haiti, that right there is where the flashback should kick in. Not the 4 other ones that we were forced to go through before. Because you have now overdone it, for one. There's a reason why there's a thing called the rules of 3 in comedy. You can beat a joke dead 3 times, but after the 3rd time, it's overkill and you've completely ruined the joke. It's one of like the oldest rules you find for comedy. Whether or not, though obviously there are nuances, yeah? But when you do things like this, it completely ruins and takes away the emotional impact because you've already seen the scene so much. It's like the viewer then goes, like, do I have to see this again? I've already seen it more than once, unwillingly. And now you've just killed the flow of the emotional impact. You've pulled the viewer, the reader, the watcher, the whatever, out of the moment. Like I am now. Like that, this moment right now where I've stopped the story to have this rant, the exact same impact you are having unintentionally. You're not growing. You're not building on the emotions of the scene. You're taking it away. Great example. It's been out for long enough now that I feel like I can safely talk about this. I'm not going to give spoilers. I'm going to talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day. I had the same issue when I watched Spider-Man Brand New Day. I watched it twice. Once with my girlfriend and another time with my friends from work. I had the same issue. They overdid flashbacks to the point where when the flashback was supposed to matter the most, it didn't. because we had already seen the same flashback 2 to 3 times before. What are we doing? Anyway. Christelle's hand fell... Christelle's hand fell limply to her side. The pistol slipped from her grasp and clattered to the ground. And if even one of those feelings was real, what was I supposed to have done? But Morkerf, Haiti, I can't choose either. Humans are contradictory by nature, and selfish too. Amen. Unfortunately. That contradiction and selfishness lead people to make mistakes. Everyone does. But I don't want you to stand by and watch an irreversible mistake happen. An ending where no one is saved, where everything falls apart. I refuse to accept it. If I let this chance slip away, how? How much longer will I have to wait before I can catch Morkerf again? I slowly took Christelle's trembling hand in mine. My promise still stands. I said I'd help you. And she's laughing. I see, so that's how it was. Perhaps I was the one forcing things all along. Captain, you're not merely childish. You're selfish. Immature, foolish, and impossibly stubborn. Well, now I feel personally attacked. Especially with that last one. But perhaps that's your strength. Somehow it makes me want to believe in you. I'm glad you changed your mind. Here, thanks to you, the anger that had overheated my mind has finally cooled. Only now am I beginning to see what I couldn't before. An ending without salvation. Yes, that's exactly what it would be. Why, couldn't I see something so simple until you said it? Christelle suddenly raised her gun, before I could even react. No! A single gunshot rang out, filling the space with its echo. Why did she pull the trigger? I thought I was getting through to her. I thought Christelle didn't truly want to kill Haiti. Why? Because I remembered who the real enemy is, Captain. I told you, Haiti isn't the enemy. It wasn't me. Haiti, are you okay? You didn't shoot me. Look, the bullet didn't hit me or even graze me. Back up a little. I told you I'm fine. Stop clinging to me. How closely are you planning to look, you pervert? No, that's not what I was trying to do. I was just checking if you were hurt. Christelle, this choice is a little unexpected. I thought you'd shoot me without hesitation. Haiti, I myself am rather surprised that I made this decision. The captain's impassioned speech made me realize one thing as well. You realized something? Indeed, I nearly chose an utterly foolish path. Haiti, why did I, Christelle, swear blood-soaked revenge against Morkerf? Because she took everything from me? I said that with a question mark. Because she took everything from me. She destroyed, plundered, and violated things I could never recover. And so I vowed to return that endless despair to her. But if that revenge meant losing something precious I'd finally gained again, wouldn't that contradict the very reason I chose revenge in the first place? Haiti, you belong wholly to me. My employee, my partner in vengeance, and the one under my protection, my companion. Fool that I am, I've only just realized it. You were precisely what Morkerf intended to take from me once again. All for the sake of leading me to an ending without salvation. We know someone who delights in such vile, revolting little performances. Isn't that right? The Sage of the Kingdom. No, Executor of Deception, Morkerf. Is she here? I turned toward the direction of Christelle's low, simmering anger. Something stirred within the haphazard pile of corpses, causing it to stir. Surface. Did I say stir or surface? Causing it to shift. I was wrong both times. Before long, someone slowly crawled out from beneath them. Aren't you the Lord Chamberlain? Boring. I thought I'd almost fooled you. What a letdown. Ew! gaping wound left by Christelle's bullet melted away in thick drops like ice cream that quickly healed. Still, I suppose that's why you were always my favorite toy. I really shouldn't underestimate you, should I? So, when did you figure it out? Shut that disgusting mouth of yours. If you're hoping to pry some information out of me, don't bother. I have neither need nor reason to tell you anything. Aw, when did you become so boring? Used to be more, how should I put it? Like an innocent little puppy. The kind that would stare up at me with bright, trusting eyes and believe every word I said. Why don't you bark for me again for old time's sake? Come on, please. Woof woof. I'll kill you, I swear. Oh, don't look so serious. It's been so long since we've seen each other. Speaking of which, how's your right eye? You're getting good use out of my gift, aren't you? I told you to shut your mouth. Nothing but scraps left behind by your real body, yet you never stop running that mouth. Wow, you figured even that out. Impressive. Want me to pat you on the head for a job well done? Oh, you startled me. Too bad. I was aiming to blow off that noisy mouth of yours. Aw, looks like our leading lady is pretty angry. Didn't you like it? I thought it was one of my finest works. Say one more word and I'll tear your limbs off. Oh my, how frightening. But it isn't this backwards. I'm the one who should be angry here, not you. Especially at you over there. Me? Yes, you. Well, just what are you? You ruined everything. Because of you, that beautiful tragedy I spent so much effort arranging has been completely destroyed. How are you going to take responsibility for that, huh? Responsibility? Don't make me laugh. We'll see if you can still sneer like that on the day our revenge is complete. Our revenge? Is that so? I wonder what our poor little princess thinks. Going to take revenge too? Oh, but then who exactly would that revenge be for? Look around you. You did all of this yourself, little princess. You're not planning to kill everyone yourself and then blame me, are you? Right? Haiti, don't be swayed by that lying tongue of hers. Aw, but I haven't told any lies. A little princess should know that better than anyone. Christelle, most of what that wench says is a lie, but this, at least the memories you saw inside me, those aren't fake. Even if she deceived me, I'm still the one who did this to the kingdom. I killed everyone and destroyed the kingdom with my own hands. Nonsense. Haiti, you've grown weak. To think you'd fall for the enemy's deception so easily. I want to deny it, but I can't. I remember everything vividly now. No. That might not be true, Haiti. What do you mean it might not be true? I've been thinking about it. Something just doesn't add up. Captain, you've noticed the inconsistency as well. What are you talking about? Haiti, as you said before, this place was born from forgotten memories buried deep within your consciousness. Because of that, there are small inconsistencies throughout this world. Inconsistencies? Explain it in a way I can actually understand. Still haven't realized it. Why was the sage's chamber empty? It wasn't merely empty. It was closer to not existing at all. Wait, what does that have to do with any of this? Just listen, Haiti. Because this world is her memory. She's never been in that room, so she can't recreate it. You need to find the truth among all the fabrications this repulsive liar has spun. If you look carefully, that chamber isn't the only thing that doesn't make any sense. I'm sure the captain has noticed by now as well. It's those corpses. Correct. What about the corpses? They don't have any wounds. What? That can't be. They were clearly bleeding. Haiti, think carefully. What exactly did you see in those memories? Did you feel your spirit cutting through flesh and piercing the palace attendants? If so, where did you cut them? What were that poor maid's final words as she died? That's... By the time I came to my senses, they were already... Exactly. Already dead. Haiti, you have no memory of killing anyone. Naturally, Haiti, because you never did any such thing. Everything here is merely a convincing set of circumstances that bastard created. Clever deception and calculated lie. Her specialty, is it not? Is that so? And why do you think I'd go through all that trouble? Are you still going to keep up this disgusting charade? The reason is simple. What you want is the complete destruction of Haiti and me. This dreamlike space is based entirely on Hades' memories. Conversely, anything absent from Hades' memories is left laughably incomplete. The Sage's Chamber, which Hades had never visited, was proof of that. See? I have reading comprehension. Because you've never seen it, its very existence has been cut off. I am making up lines at this point. This vast illusion is riddled with lies from beginning to end. It merely takes Hades' memories and dresses them up with plausible fabrications. And from that we can reach one more conclusion. Don't tell me. Hades, even if I kill you, I won't obtain any trace of Morkurth. Unlike me, you don't possess an eye capable of perceiving the void. How could you possibly remember something you cannot see? And that means there was never a correct answer to begin with. It was a riddle with no solution. Morkurth, the scene you wanted was probably me falling for your scheme, shooting Hades dead, and only then learning the truth and falling into despair. Am I wrong? Lord Chamberlain Morkurth, who had been quietly listening to Christelle, lowered her head and began shaking with laughter. Amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm genuinely impressed. If only these memories and emotions could have reached my real body too. What a shame. Such a terrible shame, it almost makes my stomach hurt. Isn't there some way to make that happen? But my real body is probably already dead by now, so I guess there's no point. Morkurth is already dead? Captain, we're dealing with the executor of deception. Do you actually believe her? It's a lie not even worth lending an ear to. Morkurth casually snatched Christelle's bullet out of the air and toyed with it between her fingers. Caught me again. Well, who cares whether my real body is dead or alive? Finding out something like that wouldn't be any fun. Still, what a shame. I thought I'd get to play with you a little longer. I'm bored now. You aren't fun anymore, so I think I'll throw you away. Morkurth snapped her fingers with a bored expression. Something enormous charged toward us, causing the ground tremble beneath its weight. Captain of the Royal Guard, eternal loyalty to the princess. That's brainwashing. You're still indulging in that vile habit, I see. You didn't actually think I'd just let you leave, did you? Go on, struggle all you want. That might be a decent final bit of entertainment, Just you wait, I'll make you pay. I'll definitely come to kill you. Oh my, how terrifying. If only you'd shown a little more of that resolve earlier. I really want to see that look on your face when you fell into despair. Shut your mouth, you piece of trash, treating people like toys. Looks like our little dolls has her spirit back too. Anyway, good luck. I hope you manage to survive. Especially you. You're the toy most like me after all. Enough nonsense. Now get lost. You talk far too much for a mere corpse. Mere scraps, I mean. Ooh, trying to deny it now? You know the truth better than anyone, don't you? Even if I'm the only one saying it, you know that much isn't a lie. Oh, and one more thing. You. If you beg me to save you, I might just let you out of here right now. What do you say? I was a little angry at you first. But you're interesting. It'd be such a waste for you to die here. I fucking refuse. I'm with Team Christelle Hades. I stand with my women. I don't even want to talk to a psycho like you. Wow, you've got quite the attitude. Well then, if you're lucky enough to make it out alive, let's meet again sometime. My real self will be delighted to find you. Who knows? Maybe I'm already observing you intently. Phew, now that lonesome chatterbox is gone, all that's left is getting out of here. Taking down that brute won't be easy. You idiot. If you just left when I told you to, things would never have gotten this complicated. 2 idiots in one place, and after all that talk about cold reason? True. But thanks to that stunning display of idiocy, you're still here, alive and breathing. Captain, do you regret your decision? Not at all. Then there's no problem. Obstacles have always stood in our way. All I have to do is keep moving forward. So, shall we get our hands dirty? Ugh. I would have preferred that to just move straight into combat, but oh well. Hey, are you alright? Worry about yourself. You almost died just now. He's far stronger than I expected. He's strong. I think we're under the contestants, my guy. We don't need to say it. Your precious princess is standing right here, you useless tin can. If only we could get through to him, we might be able to talk some sense into it. It's no use. You know that too, don't you? That bastard's brainwashing isn't something you can break that easily. The castle's about to collapse soon. Can we really take him down in time? Probably not. We were already fighting at full strength just now. Yet all we managed to do was strip away one layer of his armor. Damn. At this point, we should assume we have no chance of winning. Can I pull for this guy then? My team could use him. None of our attacks are landing a proper hit. At best, the impact only knocks him back. He's a monster. Sorry, Captain. I've dragged you into something completely absurd. Bringing you here and letting things come this far? It's all my responsibility. I'll hold it off somehow. You find a way out. Hades, you go with the captain. That's nonsense. If you stay behind alone, you'll last a few exchanges at best before the greatsword cleaves you in half. Hades, have you forgotten? I, Cristel de Montua, cannot die until my revenge is complete. This body, half tainted by the void, refuses to die despite my wishes. Being buried under a little rubble is hardly a problem. Quit showing off. What? You know your body's trembling, right? You're seeing things. I'm not afraid at all. That doesn't suit you. Just act like you normally do. What's gotten into you all of a sudden? Weren't you the one who told me to hide the fire of vengeance beneath cold reason? Besides, even if you sacrifice yourself, there's no guarantee we'll make it out safely. But forget it, I'll handle this myself. Because there's still one thing I can do. One thing? I'm sure you've both realized it by now. This world was forcibly constructed from my memories. So if this world loses its blueprint, everything should disappear in an instant. In a space that becomes something that never existed, there will be no ceiling to collapse and no floor to give way. When you two open your eyes, you'll probably just be standing amidst the ruined remains. Wait, do you mean... Don't be absurd. Hades, I still have one last ace up my sleeves. If I fully unleash the power of this eye, I should be able to bring it down some... Yep, you overused it already. Cristel tried to sweep back the hair over her eye, but her body crumbled with a groan. Don't overdo it, you've already pushed the void force to its limit. If you go any further, you won't remain human. Cristel, admit it, this time we've lost. You're gonna break free from Morkarth's trap. There's only ever one way out from the beginning. My death. No. Not like this. Just so we're clear, this isn't like before. I'm not doing this because revenge has lost its meaning or anything like that. If anything, this is my final act of will for the sake of revenge. I'm gonna turn on my fan. It better not... OBS is not showing that it's picking up my fan. Woo! Anyway, Cristel. My guardian, my partner, my companion, and my friend. My revenge ends here, but I want you to keep moving forward. I know that's irresponsible and selfish of me. It's nothing complicated, it's simply the ashes of a burned kingdom that should have died long ago, finally letting its long flame go out and returning to dust. So live. Live for my sake and take revenge on Morkarth for my sake as well. That's my wish. And Captain, I still can't accept it. Stop fighting reality. This is the best option we have. Still. Thanks to you, at least I won't have to die with regrets. You said I could just find something other meaning. Something other meaning, right? What the what is this line? You said I could just find something other meaning? Did they just take the translation into Google Translate? Maybe if I'd met you after my revenge was over. A life like that might not have been so bad. So, thank you. That's enough goodbyes. Don't come any farther. It may all be a false illusion, but this kingdom is still my home. I'm the one who has to untangle this knot. Hades drove all her remaining spears into the ground to form a wall, then advanced toward the knight without looking back. I wanted to run after her and grab her at once, but for some reason I couldn't force my feet to budge from the ground. It wasn't simply because I was exhausted. And why? It said all those grand things about saving her whether she liked it or not, about refusing to accept this ending, so why couldn't I stop her now? Perhaps it was because this wasn't a choice she'd made on impulse. This time, she'd known everything and had agonized over it before reaching her decision. I couldn't simply trample over the conclusion she'd chosen for herself, free from anyone else's interference. Your princess is here. Imposter, you are not the princess. The knight is gleaming silver armor let out a horrific roar at Hades, who stood defiantly before him. In the blink of an eye, the knight raised its greatsword toward the sky. Still barely able to hold herself upright, struggled to lift her head. Her red gaze shot toward the knight. The knight staggered back several steps. No! You'll die if you keep that up. But I don't want to lose anyone again. Or I refuse to make the same stupid mistake and regret it only after it's too late. Idiot. Behind Hades' faint smile, I saw the great sword come crashing down with a terrifying roar. W. The goat is back. That's that statue. Woo! Am I fighting as this guy? Oh yeah! Oh yeah, baby! Oh, this is sick. Oh, my goat is back. Oh, what? What'd I do? What'd that do for me? Oh, does that give me +1? Oh, I should have used that and then... Oh. I fumbled. Light work, no reaction. Oh, not even a flinch. You just tense the muscles a little bit. Ah, I got silenced. Hell. Fine. Oh, I love that high stance right there. Nah, he immediately recovers after there. Yeah, just get the kill. No need to aura farm. Just get the kill. My goat Perseus. The statue's great sword pierced the silver armor, and the guard captain collapsed with a pained death cry. Perseus, Perseus, Perseus. Is it on our side? It's good that it took down the enemy, but it may be a little too late. Palace walls, barely holding together, finally began to crumble. The goat. The statue's massive arms swept Hades up as though pulling her into an embrace. Though without hesitation, sure, that makes sense. Then without hesitation, it turned and threw itself toward us. The instant its hard, heavy frame wrapped around all three of us. Falling debris swallowed the entire garden. Light, sound, and form all collapsed away, and darkness settled over the void that remained. It was all my... Princess, Guard Captain Perseus reporting back in haste after receiving word from the royal capital. Please, you must take shelter at once. It was all my fault. If I'd known this would happen to someone like me. Princess, I am but a fool and do not know the whole truth behind this tragedy. There's one thing I swore beneath the heavens that I still remember. Please forgive my insolence. I, Perseus, swore to protect you. Every other knight shares that vow with me, and so, even if we must offer everything, even our very existence, as sacrifice, our loyalty to the princess shall remain eternal. Earth swallowed everything. The towering walls, the burning palace, even the lifeless dead. Everything. Nah. Nah. Statue? Put some respect on his name. That man is Perseus. The goat. I wasn't the only one who saw that just now, right? I saw it too. If all of that was real, I see. That's why the ruins. It seems that statue is. Battered statue knelt before Haiti. Yeah. My guard captain. Statue lifted the stone tablet from the altar and offered it to Haiti. They used the rampaging void force within you as well as their own bodies. And even the very existence of the fallen kingdom itself as a sacrifice to save you, Haiti. Fools. In the end, they still fell prey to more cursed machinations. Literally missing a space. Haiti stared at the statue with lonely eyes, then accepted the stone tablet. I'll take this with me for now. I'll come back when our revenge is over. The statue silently returned to the altar and stood as if it had never moved to being with. All the way out of the ruins, Haiti and Christelle remained grim-faced and silent. Just as I was about to say something to break the awkward silence. Was that enough to satisfy you? Huh? The ending. You said you wanted to see a different ending. Did you say this one was acceptable? The ending? Who knows? After all, I don't think we've seen the ending yet. Is that so? I see what you mean. We still haven't completed our revenge after all. And this was merely a turning point in our tale of revenge. Yeah, we've let her toy with us for far too long. It's our turn to start the hunt. Precisely, Haiti. I knew you were the only one who truly understood me. You are strong. What brought that all of a sudden? You almost killed Haiti, remember? Are you two really okay with each other? What? Okay, yeah, I did read that right. Captain, it was all merely a misunderstanding on your part. I, Christelle de Monto, have learned from you. Never again shall I commit such foolishness. Haiti and I are bound by our shared vow of revenge. Nothing can ever come between. I get it, so stop clinging to me and back off. How cold, Haiti. Don't tell me you're still holding my earlier sins against me. Of course not. I don't care. I would have done the same thing in your place. I was the one who wanted you to, after all. It's just... I let it slide earlier, but since when am I yours? Huh? You said it earlier, remember? Something about me being wholly yours? Isn't that only natural? As I've always said when I rescued you, it felt rather like digging in a little kitten drenched by the rain. I told you to stop with that stupid kitten nonsense. No need to be shy. Come here and embrace me. Accept my forgiving hug. Don't come any closer. Stop clinging to me. Haiti scampered away from Christelle and hid behind my back. Okay, I like them. I felt her grip tighten around the hem of my coat. Tired? My legs just went a little weak once I relaxed. I'll be fine after a short rest, so you don't need to work. So your legs, or I'll carry you on my shoulders. What? Put me down. Oh, how bold of you, Captain. Very well, let us take turns carrying Haiti home. I told you to stay back. Get your hands off me. I'm covered in sweat and all sticky, so stop putting your hands on my shoulders. There. Oh. That got a handful of gooners going. The sweat degenerates out there. I know the target audience. I know. Now that we've come true companions, surely this much is acceptable. What does that have to do with anything? Besides, you're hardly better off than me. You're the last person who should be helping me. Oh, are you worried about me, Haiti? I, Christelle de Montour, I'm so moved I could weep. That's not what I meant, so don't get the wrong idea. I just don't want you butting in and getting me hurt, too. Haiti, you complained so much, yet I can't help but notice you're not actually running away. Shut it. There's more? What more could you possibly add? That in of itself could have been a acceptable ending. I can choose my words wisely. A familiar voice carried from afar, breaking the peaceful silence of Candle Square. This was not necessary. What is going on this time? So heavy. Just a little farther, Smile. We're almost there. Luna thrashed inside a huge net while Smile and Ashra dragged it along the ground. Phew, after all this, she shouldn't be getting into any more trouble for a while. The Gotcha Smile capture net works perfectly. Tried and tested, 5 stars. What a headache. I was curious how Luna had ended up like that this time, but I really don't want to know. I felt like my head would start hurting the moment I heard her excuses. Ah, Captain, get me out of here. Absolutely not, Captain. Luna has to stand in there with her hands up until she reflects on what she did. What did she even do? Gamble. Hubble cleared Luna's debts as thanks for the captain's cooperation. Luna took the news as a chance to start over, grabbed the remaining party funds, and charged into the casino. Yep. Why are we surprised? She blew through all of that too, and we caught her hiding in a corner of the casino, so we dragged her back here. Keeping a cool head is the most important thing in gambling. With my debt gone, nothing could hold me back. I was unstoppable again. I was sure I could turn it into a fortune in no time. Or so I thought. Keep your hands up. Yes, sir. So, what do we do now? The Void trial really is just around the corner. The key issue is whether our remaining funds are sufficient to reach the West. At this point, maybe our only option really is to sell Luna to the coal mine for a while. Please, I'm sorry, anything but the coal mine. Everyone, if it's a money problem, don't worry. I brought some very good news. Really? I never thought I'd hear Lisa say not to worry about money. What's that supposed to mean, Ashura? It's presumed that Lisa herself would know best. Lisa's sense of financial responsibility is. That has nothing to do with this. What's the good news? Farron's famous Moral Ocean Traders has decided to sponsor the Voyager Savior Party. At last, finally. Now that we have a sponsor, this is our chance for the Voyager Savior Party to become a full-fledged, mid-sized Savior Party. Moral Ocean Traders? Why would a company like that suddenly sponsor us? Thank you, Marcel and Haiti, so much. But you have sponsored the wrong party. As I have a financially illiterate manager and a gambling addict. Because your captain was of tremendous help to us. Oh, hi guys. Sponsoring a small savior party like this doesn't cost all that much anyway. Hey, Chriselle. Captain, it seems you've been taking good care of yourself. I'm glad to see you looking well. No. Now I see why you were so troubled when I suggested starting a harem in Farron. You already have ladies on both sides of you. Chriselle, shut your mouth. Splendid! Women naturally gather around an exceptional man. Please stop saying things that would give people the wrong impression about me. Farron? Harem? Captain, what's she talking about? Whatever you're imagining, it's all a misunderstanding. I'm delighted to see you accepting my final gift before we depart. You're leaving already? Nothing unusual about that. We only ever intended to stay in NOA for a short while. Our business here is finished. It's time to get back to what needs to be done. People often misunderstand this, but running a trading company isn't simply a matter of playing with numbers. Though I handle most of the actual work. If you ever need help with anything, contact us. Of course, if we end up needing you instead, we'll contact you. When that happens, you'll at least hear us out, right? After all that talk about helping us, don't you dare run away when that time comes. Of course. And, Captain, for the time being, you do well to keep a close eye on your surroundings. Huh? This is still only speculation, but a recent investigation suggests Morkurf may be hiding somewhere in NOA. Pay close attention to whether anything strange happens around you. If my instincts are correct, then sooner or later she and you will before long you'll inevitably cross paths. Got it. And if anything happens, visit our NOA branch. More Ocean Traders NOA branch isn't an ordinary branch. It's a front for gathering information. Find yourself in danger, don't hesitate to tell them. I'm sure they'll be of help. Lately, everything's been boring. I mean, I'm not complaining or anything, but couldn't they make something a little more thrilling? Something with a bit more excitement and suspense? Such useless children, honestly. There really aren't any promising talents these days. Every time I think I've found someone fairly entertaining, I give them a small poke and they keel over dead. And the toys, they actually manage to entertain me, either break too quickly or go missing. It's more fun when they struggle a little harder. The toys back in the old days had some real grit. Enough to still be chasing after me even now. Boss? What is it? Heard you have an appointment for a meeting. Oh, right. I did, didn't I? Send them in about 5 minutes from now. I need to prepare a little gift first. Understood. I almost forgot. I still had one interesting plan left, didn't I? Now then, where did I put that fountain pen? This should make for a truly entertaining stage, wouldn't it? I can't wait. Alright, so she's a higher up. Alright. Metabasis of Ashen Embers. That one, in my opinion, was a good step up from the New Year's Under Starlit Trails, if I'm remembering the name of the last event that we covered. This one was a very good step up. Once again, I'm gonna be strict as possible. I want to give this an 8, like somewhere in the 8s, like an 8.3, 8.8. Like I really enjoyed this. This was story that I clicked very well with. I enjoyed it. I love Christelle and Haiti. My boy Percy's the GOAT. Great storytelling. But oh my god, the amount I did have a moment where I genuinely stopped to go off on a rant to complain. So I think that is grounds enough to give this a strict 7.1. Yeah, I'll give it a 7.1. I want to give it higher, but you've overdone it with the flashbacks. There were one, I probably skipped over a few, but the one I noticed immediately was the typo on then, which was just the. And another example was the missing space between another word and more curve. That combined the two to make one word. The more curve was still highlighted. There was that mistake, and there were like 2 or 3 lines that just grammatically made no sense. That like I am just able to immediately jump back to after being at this recording for almost 2.5 hours long. My lord, this is overkill. Also, I don't think the interlude was that necessary for this. Like the last couple scenes in chapter 12, things that never change, that in itself could have been an ending. Like you already get a sense of closure. You already see the relationship between Chriselle and Haiti patch up, and then spoken agreement of, I mean, it's already there that the MC, us, intend to continue our promise with them. So it's really, I have to say that there's like, this is my issue with Star Saver. There's so much potential. There's so many interesting points that they're bringing out. Phenomenal example of this. And also time travel. You have the main character who's an isekai, but also in a time loop and everything. Like there's so many points in the story and all the events and the crossovers between the events and the main story that are so interesting, but my lord, does it feel bloated Like there's so much that feels like unnecessary, overdone, overused, redundant. It's almost like I don't know how to describe the situation that they put themselves in. Because I don't want to state now that it's a situation where I feel like they've oversold themselves. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that at all. I don't want to say that they've, like, oh, Star Savior group and writers have put themselves in a situation where they have unintentionally set the bar for themselves far higher than their capabilities can compete with. No. They were able to come up with a phenomenally interesting concept in an oversaturated, extremely oversaturated concept. I mean, obviously, isekai, done to death. Most mainstream people and new geners hate it because they're boring, I guess. I grew up on it. One of the things that got me into anime, like one of the first 15 animes I watched was, like, a majority of them were isekai. To name one, we're gonna go with a classic, No Game, No Life. And like this really has a good potential to set them apart. I don't want to see them fail. I really don't. But if they can clean it up and keep making pushes, then I think they can find amazing success. Because so far, I feel like Star Savior is very much a niche title. I don't see much on Star Savior. I don't. Like, even on Twitch. When I went live on Twitch to do this, there were 3 viewers in the category. And I went live at a reasonable time. It's not like I was streaming at 3 a.m. I started at a reasonable time. I'm still going at a reasonable time. It's on the weekend as well. But here we are. I feel like I could say more. I could beat this to a dead horse. But I think that's all I can say at this moment. 7.1 for Metabasis of Ashen Embers. I enjoyed myself a lot with this event. It's given me more of an appreciation for Haiti, since it's a character I pulled a while ago. And I pulled Christelle and hit, surprisingly. It took a lot, I will say. Went from like 34 to this, to hit Christelle. And pulled her just because she looked dope. My kind of woman, my kind of style. And I'm really happy for the kind of character I saw. Really liked them. Really enjoyed their relationship. Really liked how they treated us, the captain. And also the deep existential, like, once you get into the philosophical writing, you get me hooked. Like, I love when the stakes are raised. I love when the stakes are raised. I love when I see characters that have the, like, inner demon, like, fighting against their evil nature, like, baser evil, like, whatever you want to call it. Like, Naruto and the Nine Tails. Ichigo and his hollow side. I love that dynamic. I love that. So, like, putting aside, like, if I went with my biases and just pure enjoyment and not took into account the story elements and all the stuff that I typically look at with you guys on the channel, we'd be much higher. We would be much higher with this one. But oh boy. Now to get to the main ending. Thank you to every single one of you that watched. Hopefully you agree with my ranking of 7.1. If not, if you have your own opinions, you know I always like to start a conversation with you guys and hear your inputs. Always feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. I try to respond to every single one whenever I see them and have time, because I love this community. You guys have stuck with me through, even though you guys have had really no reason to. But I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope to keep making more content, better content, and to have more fun with this. Till then, say the ending. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you already haven't. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care, good luck on your pulls, and God bless. Bye-bye.